Hey guys, Dr. Ben here with the Functional Medicine Centers. Welcome. So excited to be talking to you about some great new information coming out that you have to know about, people that you know need to know about. This is definitely groundbreaking, needs to be out there. FDA announcing the problems that we're seeing with benzos, even more dramatic than we ever knew. We knew they were problematic. Now they're even issuing major warnings on this. So anyways, Dr. Ben Galliard here, run the Functional Medicine Centers. We have office here in Fort Collins, Colorado, one in Phoenix, Arizona, and we love getting information out, love getting the word out on things that may be going wrong with medications, with infections, with all these different things, but then also the natural alternatives. Not just, we don't want to just be Debbie Downer and go, oh, don't ever take these benzodiazepines. So the benzos, these are a class of drug that are going to do different things. One is they're going to be prescribed for sleep. And sleep issues are huge in this country. There's at least 50% of the people have sleep issues in this country. It can be one of multiple things: hard time getting sleep, hard time staying asleep. It can be that they never wake up refreshed. Maybe you can sleep 6 hours or 12 hours, but not wake up refreshed. So the sleep is a huge part of it. Hey Doris, good to see you out there. Go ahead, if you guys are watching, go ahead and put down below where you're watching in from. Love to see that. We get people from all over the country, so go ahead and put that down below. And then any questions, or if you've been taking any of these medications, definitely reach out and let us know what questions you have that way as well. So sleep is one of the main reasons why people prescribe benzos, and then the anti-anxiety is the other. How many people are anxious in this world, especially in the United States? Tons. Hey Teresa, good to see you. So think about this. Anxiety is everywhere, and we've got jobs and cars and kids and COVID and presidents and riots and looting and all these different things, forest fires. People have so much to be anxious about. Hey Paul out there in Tennessee, good to see you. So anxiety is rampant. It's probably 50-60% of my patients coming in, it's a significant issue with them. And was that Elizabeth there in Ordway? Good to see you. Roberta, great to see you guys. And I bet you're having some chilly mornings up there. So here we are, anti-anxiety. You go into your doctor and you say, oh my gosh, I'm worked up, I'm stressed, I'm worrying about my kids in school, I'm worrying about grandma in the retirement home, no one's been able to see her for years. Sandy, good to see you. Virginia, great to see you out there in Kansas as well. So you know, what do we have to do? Well, in the traditional medical model, if you can't sleep and if you have anxiety issues, they give out benzos, benzodiazepines. Over 92 million prescriptions were filled in 2019. Think about that, 92 million. I mean, that's a phenomenal number. I always quote just the number one best-selling drug of one drug is levothyroxine. Over 20 million people were on it last year. Hey Lisa Marie, good to see you as well. Over 20 million people are on levothyroxine. When you clump the benzos in, we're looking at over 92 million prescriptions. I mean, just crazy the number of prescriptions we have. And why? Because people are wound up. They can't shut it down. We're worrying, we're stressing. But again, why is that? Well, there's many metabolic reasons that can happen, and I'll get into that in the end. There's 5.4 million people, and this study that I looked at, they had 12 years and old and over. 12-year-olds and over had 5.4 million people in this country were abusing benzos last year. Pretty amazing. And why? Well, who's given a 12-year-old an anti-anxiety medication? Well, it's happening all the time. We see it with kids all the time. I have families that in kindergartens in their schools, they have anti-anxiety clubs. You know, they don't call it that, but that's ultimately what it is. And so we see this all the time with patients, that anxiety, that hard time sleeping. Hey Brian, good to see you out there. Are you back in town yet? Let's get together, buddy. So 5.4 million people are misusing the benzos. In 2017, we had 11,537 people died from benzos. So think about that. 11,500 people died from benzos. Hey, Sheila up in Wyoming, Gillette, beautiful country, good to see you. Coral, good to see you as well. So 11.5 thousand people died from benzo use, misuse, overdose, whatever, in 2017. I mean, that's a crazy high number. That's as many people that have died with only COVID as their death in this country. I mean, it's a crazy high number. It's as many people as die from HIV or AIDS every year. And yet, there's not this, we got marches on Washington about benzos and all this stuff. So what type of medications are benzos? Xanax, Klonopin, Trazodone, Valium, lorazepam. These are the main benzos that are out there. Many of you may have taken one of these. I guarantee you guys know people that have. They may not have told you anything like that, but when there's 92 million prescriptions being filled every year for benzos, then absolutely you know people that are on these. If you're a school teacher, if you're somebody in a high stress field, I guarantee you have coworkers, you have friends, you have family that are not sleeping and that have anxiety. So the FDA has issued this warning that says, for any prescribers, anybody taking the medication, you have to be very, very much aware of overuse, misuse, addiction, withdrawal symptoms. So if somebody says, oh, hey, I'm sleeping better, my life's calmer, whatever it is, you've got to be aware that if you try to go off these medications, you better have other things in place, because there's a very good chance that your body will start crashing. So you've got to be prepared. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. Yeah, Xanax at night, how often is it? Well, 92 million other prescriptions were filled along with yours. So, ultimately, functional medicine, you've got to get to the underlying why. So Xanax, Klonopin, Trazodone, Valium, lorazepam, these are all benzos that the FDA is warning us about. You're going to have more of a problem with addiction, more of a problem with overuse, misuse, withdrawal symptoms coming off of all these issues. 92 million prescriptions, 5.4 million people 12 and over they're prescribing these to are misusing it. 11,537 deaths last year, up 780% from 2012. So it's going rampant. So what can you do differently? What can you do to get your brain to calm down, to get your sleep better, all those things? So I've got multiple videos on sleep hygiene. We talk about salt lamps. We've got our salt, this is a big one. We've got our salt lamp here, and that reddish orangish light is really calming to the brain. Stay off of blue light, like I'm looking out at the sky here. That's your cell phone, that's your iPad, all those different things. You've got to stay away from those. Keep your brain as calm as possible. By 9 o'clock, you've got to be shutting it down. No more TV, no more iPad, no more phone, any digital device. Turning your lights down low, lavender oil, essential oils on your pillow, things like that. And then, so if you guys have any, hey, Elizabeth, good to see you. If you have any questions on which ones they are, just Google and it'll tell you whatever drug you're taking, if it is a benzo. So you've got to calm that brain down, even doing some relaxation, stretching, meditation, anything like that. You've got to prepare yourself for sleep. That is way more important than melatonin or any herb or anything along those lines. And then the anxiety side, this one gets a little bit more challenging because there's a lot of things that go into that. Yes, there are some medications that can be helpful, theanine, magnesium, some valerian root, some different things that are going to be calming for the brain, relaxation techniques, breathing techniques, meditation, prayer, faith, as much as you can possibly do. Just like our Facebook Live yesterday, I was talking about hope. You've got to still have hope to get better. So, we've got to be able to get this changing. One of the number one things that we do, and if you're having any of these sleep or anxiety issues, give us a call. We do what's called a brain map. It's a quantitative quantitative EEG, kind of like an EKG of the heart, but we do it to the brain. We look at the electrical activity. This is going to be the number one thing that we can do to help calm your brain down. We can do neurofeedback for that. We can do that in office. We can do that remotely. We have patients all over the country that we monitor with this. So there is hope for you. If you want to get off these medications, if you or a loved one wants to get off these medications, give us a call. We can help you. Our Fort Collins office or Phoenix office, let's get you a brain map. Let's do an in-depth blood panel. Really get to this underlying cause, the underlying why. Why is the body going haywire? And then you're going to be able to change your life, get your vitality back. You have a unique gift and potential inside of you. Your loved ones have that UGP, and we want to pull that out. So we're here to support any way we can. If you guys have questions, go ahead and pop those down below. Let us know where you're watching in from. Like or follow this page if you haven't yet. Go ahead and do that. We're going to hit 8,000 followers this week. That's going to be a milestone for us. Super excited about that. That'll be in the next couple days. So if you haven't followed the page, go ahead and hit there. And for anybody that's number 8,000 on there, I will send you out one of my books, either my brain book or my blood sugar book. So if you're number 8,000 on the followers, I'll go ahead and send you guys a free book. So once I see who that is, or if you see it pop up there, then we'll go from there. Hey, Kate, and the brain scan, we include that in our new patient workup. Those $150, I believe, for our exam, brain map, everything through there. But if somebody just wants to come in for that brain map, $97. So, but go ahead and drop us some personal messages. Make it a great day, everybody.